All right, we're gonna do 3 rounds of 1 minute of crossover lunges, 1 minute of rotations, and 1 minute of around the worlds. For the crossover lunges, you're gonna alternate. For the rotations, you're gonna do 30 seconds per side. And for around the worlds, you're gonna do 30 seconds per direction. We have Lauren leading the video today, and as always, you can check out the demo videos before we get started if you need more information or a refresher. We're gonna start with crossover lunges in 3, 2, 1, and go. Here's some tips for these crossover lunges. Think of a knee drive, crossing over the back leg, and landing full-footed when stepping into the lunge. Make sure that the front knee tracks with the ankle and do not pass the toes with the knee. Throughout the movement, you're going to keep a neutral spine and gently brace your abdominals. Nice work. We have about 15 seconds left with these crossover lunges. We're gonna switch to rotations in 3, 2, 1, and switch. The purpose of the movement is to improve your rotational movement in the torso and to strengthen the target areas, which are the abdominal group and core stabilizers. The key points are to gently retract the navel and maintain a neutral spine, rotate only as far as you feel tension and return to the neutral position, and make the motion as fluid and relaxed as possible. Okay, we're gonna switch to the other side. You should feel pretty relaxed here in this movement. If you need to, you can play around with your split stance. Your front foot should be flat on the ground, but that back foot can be propped up. We're gonna switch to around the worlds in 2, 1, and switch. You can grab your single dumbbell or you can do this without weight. This is a full body movement. You're trying to integrate a full body stretch and improve your body awareness. You want to keep a neutral spine throughout the movement. You should be squatting down without hunching over. Remember, you can start with small circles first if needed. We're going to switch directions in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Nice job, you got 15 seconds left. Really enjoy this full body movement and full body stretch. We're gonna start round number 2 in 3, 2, 1, and switch to crossover lunges. This is starting round 2 out of 3. Remember to try and keep your eyes at the horizon when you're lunging. Nice job, we got 10 seconds left, and then we're gonna switch to rotations. We're gonna switch here in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Remember, we're working on the rotation of the torso, so try not to only rotate the arms. Your rib cage should be the driver. Keep your hips faced forward as well without moving your whole body as you rotate. Nice job. We're gonna make that transition to the other side in 2, 1, and switch sides. We're gonna switch to around the world in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Alright, get ready to transition to the other side in 3, 2, 1, and switch directions. We're about to wrap up our second round, and starting in 3, 2, 1, and switch to crossover lunges and our third and final round. Nice work. You've got 30 seconds left here on these crossover lunges. We've got rotations next in 3, 2, 1, and switch. We're gonna switch sides here in 2, 1, and switch sides. Nice job. We have our final movement here in 2, 1, and switch to around the world. We're gonna switch directions in 3, 2, 1, and switch, and we have 30 seconds left. We're gonna finish up here in 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice job, everyone, and let's get ready for the main workout.